Just another quick example. I'm going video mad today. Well, it's pretty funny. I mean, this is like 10 minutes after the last video that I recorded, but I encountered another opportunity for confronting anxiety, and it actually expanded and progressed into something a little bigger than I initially thought. So I walked past a fruit and nut shop. I walked in there, fancied some almonds. So she said she had some raw, untoasted, unsalted almonds, and I bought €5 worth. Came out of the shop. Oh, now actually, this is what first happened was I walked in there, I looked at the shelf, and I didn't want any salted, but they all looked salted to me. So rather than asking her, because I don't know, I might have had to have got into a conversation that I most definitely could have handled, and I don't know, I just walked out. I thought it'd be just easier than getting into a conversation when I could quite clearly see that there were only salted nuts there. So I walked out of the shop, but and as I walked out I was like, why didn't I just ask? She could have had some in the back, some could have been hidden, and it was quite clear that I didn't ask because I had some minor anxiety, and because I was 95% sure that she didn't have any of the nuts I wanted, then it was pointless inducing that anxiety when I thought I already had the answer. And this thought process went in my head quite quickly, in about the 5 seconds I took to walk outside of the shop. And because of that, I then basically decided that I should practice what I preach, and I walked back into the shop. I asked her the question in Spanish that I wanted to know the answers of, and she actually pulled some nuts out. She had some raw almonds hidden behind the salted ones. Now, that was all good, so I bought €5 worth, walked out the store, had a couple of bites of them, and they tasted funny. They tasted quite old. So I contemplated just eating them, which I wasn't really enjoying. I contemplated eating some of them and binning the nuts, which I didn't feel comfortable about because they were pretty shitty nuts, and I don't feel like I should have had to have paid for such a poor gastronomic experience. And my other option was to go back in the store, speak to the woman behind the counter, in Spanish of course, and tell her that I didn't like the flavour and I wanted to change the nuts in Spanish. So that wouldn't be so bad in English, but of course having conversations in another language generally tends to be fairly stressful, at least for me. So I chose the latter, went back in, told her I didn't like the flavour of the nuts, and then she sort of argued back, said they tasted fine. I said they didn't, that I'd eaten nuts, such kinds of nuts, the raw almonds in the past, and they didn't taste anything like that, and that I wanted to change for the cashews. And so she changed them for the cashews, and now I have some delicious cashews. They are salted, but they taste far better than the almonds that I bought previously, and everything is good.